So we're just sitting here planning out the video we're about to film right now, and we was like, you know what, let's just do it off the top of our head and just free flow. Now this is the one thing we strongly believe every single person in the world needs to know, and especially millennials, and that one thing is understanding about habits.
So what is a habit?
What is a habit? First of all, everyone talks about how I've got so many bad habits, or you know, all these things about habits. A habit, the best way to look at a habit is it's either your best friend or your worst enemy. So let's say, for example, you tie your shoelace up, right? It's easier for you to tie your shoelace now than when you first started to tie your shoelace up, because your brain doesn't want to have to think about it. But let's say, for example, the reason why I say it's either your best friend or your worst enemy is because let's say you want to look after your health, right? But you form the habit of eating bad foods every single day. You're eating junk food, you're eating takeaways. You're going to get overweight, you're going to be unhealthy, you're going to have a shorter life. We all know the problems that come with overeating. But if we form the habit of eating healthy, then our habit's going to be our best friend, because it becomes easier to eat healthy foods. You're going to live longer, you're going to be healthy, you're going to be more active. What are you about to say?
So when you're like developing a new habit, you know, at the start you're going to have to think about it, like John said, when you first start tying your shoelaces. But over time, with repetition, you do these things without even thinking about doing it. Like, you don't think how you're going to tie your shoelace, you just do it,
You don't think about how you're going to do your teeth. You don't think about how you're going to walk down the stairs. You just do it. But at the beginning, it was hard. So why do we say that millennials, it's so important for you guys to understand how habits work and to form positive habits now? Well,
why is that?
When you're younger, right? So when we was doing our research, as we always do, we always trying to learn and grow as people. We found out that as you get older, your brain starts to develop more and more. And around the age 25 is when your brain starts to like go solid and start to really develop.
Yes.
And then it becomes harder and harder to reshape your brain and your neural pathways. So when you have the habit of eating junk food all the time, or if let's say you drink alcohol, or you smoke cigarettes, or you watch TV all the time, these habits, your brain is saying, make it easier for me to eat junk food.
Yeah, that's the thing with the habit. They don't know if it's a good or a bad habit. They just know to keep telling you to continue doing that habit.
So yeah, exactly. So if, for example, you're eating junk food, your brain's saying, make it easier for me to just eat junk food. Make it easier for me to just tie my shoelace. If you guys are following where we're going. And there's a quote I love, and it says, it goes, bad habits are easy to form, but they're hard to live with. And good habits are hard to form, but they are easy to live with. So it's very easy to form bad habits. Eating junk food, that's easy. It's easy to just put a pizza in the oven rather than cook a nice healthy meal.
But long term, it's difficult. They're hard to live with. Think of all the setbacks you're gonna have. You're
gonna have so many. All bad habits come with long term consequences, right? But the amazing thing about habits is you can decide on which habits you form. So now, like we said, it might be harder to eat healthier. But once you get into that habit of eating healthier, your brain is going to see that as easy as it was for you to eat junk food. It's going to see it as easy as it is for you now to tie up your shoelace. So if you can understand how habits work in your life, and you can really start to pick habits that are going to serve you for a long time, especially when you're in your 20s, when your brain is forming. Think about it. When you're in your 20s, even if you're 30 or 40, think how many more years you have left. We think when we're young, I'll only live once, but habits are basically going to create your future success.
What was that quote? Habits create your life. Or I don't know.
I can't remember. Basically, you're saying how habits create your future success.
Yeah, something like that.
Your habits are the way you think. Like if you think negative, right? If you think I can't do that, that's a habit. It's your brain saying, make it easy for me to think negative. And you're forming neural pathways in your brain, which are just going to make it easier for you to go to that negative thought rather than the positive one.
Exactly.
So there's many ways you can change habits, but the easiest thing you can do is hit the link in the top of the description. It's 3 mistakes you're making in your 20s. It's an ebook we wrote, and we really go into detail on this.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I think that video flowed quite well.
I think it flowed quite well. Always like when you do something spontaneous.
It went well up till now, right?
When you don't plan things, sometimes they go better.
But we are always trying to learn about the mind and habits and things like that, because we know it's going to create our future success, right? If you can master your mind and your habits, you're set for life. You don't have to worry. So
That's it.
That's what I want to leave you with. Get a free download. If you have any comments, leave them below, and go and follow us on Instagram. Have an amazing week, and remember, work on your habits because they create your future success. Facts.